All right, welcome back. This is chapter 5 in the Arabic phonics system, reading Arabic. The title of the book, chapter 5. Uh, this letter sound like the letter Z in English, very closely. And this is the basic sound box. So we're going to read the long sounds, then the short sounds, and then we practice reading level by level both of them. That's the way you're going to practice, or you should be practicing the basic sounds box for any consonant. Okay, there's one shape for this letter slash consonant. Why are we saying this? Almost 28 letters in Arabic are consonants. So when a lot of books and courses, they mix the two, letter consonant. What the word consonant mean? It's mean a letter that can take vowels and produce sounds. We have only one letter in Arabic that does not do that. They call it silent letter. I call the letter alif. I'm not supposed to tell you the name, but just one. So, and okay, it's actually this letter. That's the shape of that. That's the letter alif in Arabic, and that's totally silent. Even here, in the sounds, remember that these call extending letters from the previous chapter, and the job of these letters, they are like dummy letters or flag letters. They tell the reader whatever sound you're producing here, the zah, keep going, make it longer, 6 times longer. In the Arabic phonics, we want you to make it very long, 4 to 6 times longer than the short sound. So when you pronounce them in the examples down there, you will not cut it, rush it, or we cannot tell which one is which. That's the reason. It took us years to figure this out. There's a pause between them. When you read the example, you make a pause between the sound, so you're pronouncing the long, the short, very clearly. And, when you pronounce it with total satisfaction. No rushing, no pressure to move on quickly. All right, so the long sounds. If you have any suggestions, the whole thing, the video tube in progress, so many errors and mistakes and pitfall. If you have any suggestions, please share it with me in the email, Arabic Phonics, what is it? Arabic Phonics at Gmail. Yeah, it was on the chapter 1 or the introduction. We filmed it on the video. So all right, the long sounds, za, we read like this from right to left. Semitic language, we read from right to left. The first thing we produce is the short sounds. Actually, when you pronounce, okay, za, the first thing, the short sound, and because of this, it become longer because of this extending letter that work exclusively with this vowel. So the za, the short sound za, becomes za because of that, because of the alif. Okay, zoo, the zoo becomes zoo because of the presence of this extending letter. It tells you whatever you're doing here, make it longer. And remember, this extending letter work only with the short vowel. And the z here becomes z because of this extending letter. These guys are real letters. We call them extending letters. That's their function. When each come after specific short vowel, it's become extending letters, have no another function. And it's the flag. Remember I said these voweling system being invented by Arabs, so beginners can learn how to read correctly, because originally it did not exist in Arabic. Only these guys to tell you that the short sound is make it long. We'll talk about this later, because you're going to read later without the vowels actually. So this was teaching tools invented by Muslims in history, so the people, non-Arabs, can read Arabic, read Quran without making mistakes. That's the roots of this invention. Okay, so remember the vowels are added diacritical symbols above or below a consonant. All right, let's go back to business. Z, zoo, z. The short sounds are z, zu, zi. Then we read them level by level, starting from the right side. Z, z, zoo, zu, zi, zi. I've been asked many times, and I answered this many times, why the long sounds here on the right side and the short sound come on the left side. Originally, it was the other way around, but we discover it's very clear that beginners will learn, master, and enjoy listening the long sounds because they are longer. So they will master this faster than the short sounds. That's why we put it on the left to come first, because it's longer. It gives you more time to listen to them. Okay, I hope you can see all the exercise. Yeah, here we go. Excellent, because I want you to have this reference. Okay, you can look if you rusty on. By this time, by chapter 5, you should know where is each sound are located. Like the z always on the top left, the z in the bottom left, and these two guys identical, one above, one below. You should know that by now. If you don't, make a note, draw this, and look at it a few times. You need to know where everything is located. Have a picture of this. It will help you to read correctly. And always the first exercise in the chapter related to that, actually. All right, so practice 1, line 1. Everything is clear here on the camera. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let me push this up a little bit here, make it. All right, here you go. Let's attempt to do that. And let me put this up a little bit. I'm still having trouble with the camera. Sideways, long way. Producing video, we need flipping. Anyway, line 1. Zoo. Pause. Z. Example 2. Zoo. Pause. Z. Example 3. Zoo. Z. Example 4. Zoo. Z. Line 2. Z. Zoo. Example 2. Z. Zoo. Example 3. Z. Pause. Zoo. Z. Zoo. If you don't, you can always look back here. Line 3. Example 1. Zoo. Pause. Z. Z. Zoo. Zoo. Z. Z. Zoo. Okay. Now, exercise practice number 2. We used to call them exercise. Okay. Line 1. We are bringing the last letter, the last one, the last chapter sound. So, example 1. The, da. This one here, you bite your tongue, half of the tongue outside, then you bite it gently. The, da. You hear the difference? If you don't put your tongue halfway out and bite it gently, they will sound exactly the same. That's why this exercise for. Okay. E3 and E4. The, gap, da. Number 4. The, short, da. 5 and 6. We tricked you here. This is supposed to be da here, but we didn't do it. So we want you to see if you're still awake. Number 5. Za, da. The, da. Line 2. Example 1. Zu, di. Example 2. Zu, di. Example 3. Zu, di. Example 4. Zu, di. Number 5. Zu, di. 6. Zu, di. Line 3. 1 and 2. Za, di. The, di. Hear the difference? The and the. Maybe I should put these two boxes together. Practice them. Okay. Next. Okay. Again. The, di. The, di. 3 and 4. Zu, do. Zu, do. Number 5 and 6. The, do. The, do. I discovered a little mistake here. Let me see where it is. I need to make space in here. And there's another one. I cannot remember where it is. Okay. As I said, it's still work in progress. So if you see something wrong, let me know. Yeah, the first prints of this book that they're going to be sold to people who requested, it won't be with S-Pen number. It will be like this, run in small print shop until we discover all the errors, and then we will go for the real print. Yeah, so please, if you notice anything wrong, let me know. Line 4. Do. See, I have no dot here. Do. Z. Do. The. You hear the difference? And let me stop this. I just got an idea. I need to really compare the two boxes together. Okay. That's the problem with recording. When you stop, you don't know where you stop. Did I finish this one? Can't remember. Let me do it again quickly. Do the. Do the. Do the. Do the. Do the. Do the. The key between the Z and the you have to put your tongue half the way outside. I'm not kidding. Arabs don't do that, but for you, it will make a whole different pronunciation. At this time, your brain are getting a new training to associate shape and certain sound. So, okay, let me see where we are here. Put half of your tongue outside when you're pronouncing the. Okay. Practice 3, line 1. We're still in the same mode of practicing. The, ra, the, ra, the, ra, the, ra. Bite your tongue. If you don't bite your tongue and you are next to me pronouncing it, I will know. The sound totally different. They're almost very close. The, raw, the, raw. Maybe font size here, font size need to be larger. Okay, all right. Number 2. Zoo, re, zoo, re, zoo, re, zoo, re. 5 and 6. Zoo, re, zoo, re. Line 3. The, re, the, re. Line 3. Are we still on line 4? Wait a minute. I can't stop. Let me see. I hope I was here. Line 3, I said. Okay, we are on line 4. Okay. Exercise 3. Example 3. Ru, Z. Ru, the. 5 and 6. Ru, Z. Ru, the. Line 5. Ru, the. Do, the. Ru, zoo, do, zoo. Raw, remember the raw is deeper. Z, raw, the. As I said, Arabs don't read like this, and it's so need a lot of focus to say it right. I know I'm cutting short the gap between them. It's very hard to do. I've done this so many times and re-recorded so many times that I'm so exhausted of this. I'm trying to get it out as soon as possible. And you have to forgive me. When I see an error, I need to do it immediately or I forget about it. All right. Next exercise. Oh, there's a good thing coming up here. How was it? Oh, this way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my camera acting out today, and I usually film it this way, and now I have to film it this way because because if anybody know how to rotation and flipping without anyway, oh, it's a whole technical problem, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to introduce you here to new printing style for the and shape variation. And the reason of this, with no offense to anybody, this style, like Ra, Ru, Ri, this style of writing, it's famous to Arab people native from Syria, in the Middle East area, specifically in the like Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Jordan, that area, Saudi Arabia, down Yemen. That's the most. This one here, uh, mostly in Pakistan, India, uh, people, Muslims people use this because it's what their language, I forgot right now. That's existed in their language, have the same letters, and that's what exists in their language. It was very close, but kind of a little bit different shape. It may look to you like totally new thing. It's not. So the Ra and the Ra is identical here, and the same thing, the za, then we just, the difference would be the dot. Just a put a little remark. This shape, okay, I have it in there. I had people told me take them out. We don't care about this because, well, what's happening in reality, the Pakistani Indian people focus on these kind of letters and totally ignore this, and the Arab even I see it with my own eyes. They pick up Quran and the mosque, and when they see these letters, they totally put it back. They don't read. They cannot read. And no offense to anybody, just reference, shape reference, and of course there's more to it than just that. Other letters written in different kind of fonts and calligraphy. So I just mention it here to you, and you'll see it here in the exercise. Just remember, this shape is like this shape, the R shape. Here and here is identical. So let me see. Oh man, I have to give you. Okay, so let me see. In the beginning here, first few line, I will leave this for you to look up there for reference. So this line one, this is za di. Number two, ra the. Now, three, za di. Ra the. Now, the re da. There's that here. Z. All right. Push this up a little bit. Here we go. Line two. Zoo. Do. Ru. Zu. Zoo. Do. Zoo. There's a dot there. Bite your tongue. Half of your tongue. Zoo. And here we have zu. Ru. Do. Zoo. Line three. Do you see it? No, okay, yes. Za. Da. Ra. The. Za. Da. Ra. The. The. Ra. Da. The. All right, line four. Here, let me get it up here now. za, du, ra, ذو, za, do, ra, ذو, ذا, ru, da, zoo. All right, 5, line 5. That's the end of the chapter. Always a smiley face at the end of the chapter. No, line 5. Zoo, da. We didn't have space between them. Ru, the, zoo, da, ru, the, ذو, ra, do, za. Line 6. Zu, di, ru, the. I'm going to fix this. We need space between them. Zu, di, zu, the. Let me repeat this one. Zu, the. You hear the difference? Zu, the. ذو, re, da, z. Thank you. That's end of chapter 5.